Welcome back to Classic Firearms, everybody. I'm Brandon, and today I have Matt here with me.
What's up, everybody?
Also known as the Classic Firearms AK guy. So let's just dive right on in. We have the Red Star Ordnance AK-47. That is realistically a Classic Firearms exclusive for right now.
That's right.
So why don't you go ahead, well actually first, before we dive in, we're gonna talk tech specs, and then anything we may have missed in tech specs we'll cover just after, and then we're gonna verify those tech specs with weight, measurement, and trigger pull with tools that we have here in the warehouse.
That's right.
So I'll let you kind of take this one away, as you are the AK guy, as far as, you know, kind of tech specs and what we're looking at for the AK.
Awesome. So this is an AKM pattern rifle, right? So it's got a 1mm thick stamped sheet metal receiver. It is made by ISD in Bulgaria, which is really cool because, again, there's kind of fewer imported options right now. So if we kind of start at the front here of the rifle, so we have a muzzle protector that does have a small tack weld down here on the bottom. Underneath that, it is threaded 14x1 left-handed, which is typical for a 7.62x39 AK-47.
Makes sense.
We do still have the plunger, so if this were to be removed, you could install any of your standard muzzle devices.
Nice.
Front sight tower, now this barrel here, where it can be drifted for windage adjustment, as well as the front sight post can be threaded up or down for elevation adjustments. Those are going to be general things that you do to zero the rifle and then not mess with them in the field.
Yeah.
You know, again, 45-degree kind of typical AKM style gas block. I think these upper and lower handguards are really, really nice wood. They're just a beautiful red color on this model. There are a couple options available out there, but this one has the beautiful red furniture.
To be honest, this is a very functional weapon, but the red makes me want to put it up on a wall. Like that's
pretty,
my
right?
first instinct, because it's very good looking. And one thing I did also want to call out too is that there is, you know, your standard kind of clip sling mount if you wanted to use that.
Yeah. So you have a typical front sling swivel here on the kind of on the handguard retainer. A quick note here on the bottom of the gas block is this is not a functional bayonet lug. So no bayonet lug, but you know, it does have the handguard, cleaning rod retainer.
But it's 2025. Are we really using bayonet lugs?
I mean, I've always said that bayonets are a funny thing because there's certain regulatory things about bayonet lugs, but I mean, you're turning a perfectly good rifle into a pretty crappy spear. So, you know.
That is very true, because bayonets are not usually sharp.
Yeah.
They're not very sharp anyway.
So coming on back, we have a non-bulge typical front trunnion. Again, just normal AK pattern, AKM pattern, standard AK style safety. Now, one of the things I like AK triggers, I know that some people will complain about trigger slap and stuff. I think that AK triggers typically break really crisply.
Yeah.
We're gonna, of course, test trigger pull here a little bit later.
Yeah.
It does come with one standard capacity mag pull magazine.
Nice. Always love the PMag. I mean, that could just be my AR roots as to why I love a PMag, but always love a PMag.
I really enjoy polymer mags because of the lower weight over metal mags.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely think the PMag is a good choice. However, there's nothing better, I think, from the aesthetic point of view than old school metal AK mags.
So if this was going to be that wall gun, definitely get a metal mag for is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I also wanted to call out the price on this is what, just over $1,000, right? Like right at $1,000?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, you can expect to see it on market right at $1,000, which, you know, again, makes it a fairly introductory friendly price for an AK, because it's kind of funny when I, you know, got into guns, many years ago now.
Yeah.
AKs were the lesser expensive option. ARs were the more expensive option, and the market over the past 20 years or whatever has just completely flipped, right? So now this is a decent baseline rifle for the price.
Yeah.
And you know, you can get ARs for much cheaper. It's kind of weird. Right?
Yep, I mean, you have like the radicals out there and stuff like that. As far as AKs, since I have been in the firearms industry, so you've been in it a little bit longer than I have. I definitely have. I can't even grow a full beard. I mean, not yet anyway. Have always been more expensive, the AKs, and then ARs have always been, you know, much cheaper. But that does also lead to the AKs being obviously a little bit more rare, and then just kind of cooler in that aspect, because it's like, hey,
I agree that they are cooler. Yes,
and that because ARs are everywhere. Everybody's got one, so therefore that makes the AK unique.
One?
And cool.
You just have one?
Well, okay, maybe more than one.
Oh, these things are like freaking Pokemon. All right, so flip this around real quick. So as we come further back, I do want to show that on the other side there is not the AK style optics rail that's been eroded to the side.
Okay.
That's not in our modern day and age so much of a problem, because even if you do want to mount optics on this rifle, there are so many options to mount optics on an AK. People talk about how you can customize AR and you can't customize AK. I think that we've definitively proven that that's false.
Yeah.
Everything from railed dust covers like the TWS dogleg to a railed rear sight,
Yep.
A railed upper handguard, railed gas tube, whole chassis systems.
Yeah.
You know, from Sure Shot or Barwaris or something. Like, there are so many options that if you wanted to.
Oh, I was hoping Brian's AK that he had was just sitting around here, but he has one that is very customized. And maybe by the end of the video, I could find that just to show that off for just 2 seconds. But yeah, I agree. You can definitely customize them a lot more than I initially thought.
Yep. So if you want an optic, there's certainly lots of options. On the other hand, you know, I think there's nothing wrong with rocking some iron sights. You still got a good 300-yard, you know, rifle or so with just iron sights. Of course, the rear sight is adjustable for elevation. So there we go. Coming back, I'd say maybe the first thing I would want to customize on the rifle would be the grip. I think it's a gorgeous wood grip, matches the other furniture.
Yes.
However, I'm just not personally a fan of wood AK pistol grips due to kind of like it being a little bit smooth. So, you know, get something with a little bit more positive control. But it is beautiful and matches the rest of the wood. And then you have a standard kind of length wood butt stock. It does not have the cleaning trap, unfortunately. I know some guys really like that. But again, realistically, you were never going to use that cleaning kit. You are going to use your cleaning kit at home. So that features the rear sling swivel there in the back. So
I got it. So here is an example of just, you know, kind of more customizable options that you could do on an AK.
So, you know, this has like the Ultimac railed gas tube. Again, no problem here mounting optics. He's got one on a kind of looks like an RS Regulate on traditional side rail back here on the receiver. But again, so many options for customizing, and even if you didn't want to go super tactical with a rifle like this, you want to keep that classic look, there are so many options where you can just make one change and go for like the Ultimac gas tube.
So I guess it really does depend what you're planning on getting this for, right? So, hey, is this gonna be my, like I said, a wall gun because it's very pretty? Or is this gonna be something that I turn into my war gun? At which point you may have, you have options to kind of customize it up and make it what you want.
A little bit of detail just about the AKM platform in general. So this is a long stroke gas piston, gas operated, semi-automatic rifle, uses a rotating bolt. So you have a long piston that's permanently attached to your bolt here in receiver. And the reason why it's long stroke is the piston stays attached and travels the entire length of the action as the gun cycles.
Makes sense.
So it uses a rotating bolt that locks into lugs here in the front trunnion. And of course it is chambered in the wonderful 7.62 by 39 caliber. Yeah, just, you gotta love that 30 caliber. It's real hard. Again, you know, beautiful, beautiful rifle.
As far as, again, AR guy, you know, kind of counterpart there, I have always wanted to get into an AK, but again, I didn't want to spend the money, didn't know where to go, and it took me a little bit to learn what a good standard stock AK would be to then build off of, and yeah, that's why we've harped on that a little bit in this video. So now, let's move on, unless if you have anything else.
No, I think that's it for now. All right.
Let's verify some of these tech specs. Okay. So we have trigger pull, and we're gonna measure it and give you all the measurements, and then we also have the weight. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do just weight and measurement. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll be right back with the scale. All right, scales on the table, and I have an entire staircase that leads down to a little bunker you don't know about.
He lives under the table, guys. I don't know. Woo. All right, so what do you think the weight's gonna be?
Right at 6.5 pounds is what I'm guessing. Maybe 7. No, I'm gonna go 6.5. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go maybe closer to 7. But
okay.
Let's see what we get.
Now you guys can see it. We can't, but. Oh, 6.74, like right in between.
Yeah, right there.
But I think with the mag, you're gonna win this one. 7.15.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is very, I would say, standard weight
typical
on a bare bones gun. However, that also is gonna be nice. I know some ARs that weigh upwards of 8 pounds kind of stock out of the box. Some of them get pretty heavy. But anyway, moving on. Now, let's go ahead and do the trigger pull.
There we go. All right.
Because I just happen to also have that ready out of nowhere.
Tell you what, I will try to brace the rifle.
Okay. And then we do clear every gun before we ever start filming. So just in case you were wondering, go ahead. There you go. Perfect. Okay. In 3, 2, right in the middle. That says 2.4. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
No, like I said, I think AK triggers are great. People complain about trigger slap because of the reset.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, there's nothing better than an AK trigger.
Oh, hold on. I gotta verify that. I'm sorry. That seems like that can't be real. That can't be real. Okay, right in the middle. 3, 2. 2.3. It's consistent.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is a super light trigger.
No, I mean, I think that you know, when you look at kind of how AK triggers function, right?
Yeah.
It's not surprising to me, you know, that you get a crisp trigger pull.
Yeah.
And I love AK triggers. In fact, like certainly you can come across bad AK triggers, but I find that the majority of them feel really good.
Yeah, and just on the initial pull there, it was smooth. So hang on, I just want to feel it real quick. Force a habit. Okay, so we have. That does feel.
Now, again, as you can kind of see, often there's a little bit of sponginess at first, right?
Yep, a little
but you'll hit a wall, so you kind of imagine it being like somewhat of a two-stage trigger. And when you hit that wall, it is super crisp. And the resets typically are kind of long.
Yeah, it was a little bit of movement on the reset for sure. But okay, so let's move on to the measurement portion. Guess what? I also happen to have that right here.
You just keep that on?
All times.
Keep
yes.
that thing on. All right.
I'm actually known on the classic team for having like everything you need, anytime you need it. It's just kind of a thing.
Call him Batman. He's got his utility belt. All right, so we're gonna get it right here, and then of course y'all guys can see it. We're gonna. So it looks like right at 34 and maybe 3/4 inches overall length. Yeah, that's about right. 34 and 3/4.
Okay. How about the height on this? We'll do it with and without the mag, just so people know kind of what you're expecting to keep in a case or a safe.
So like if we set it on the table right there, we're kind of measuring height to the top. Right there. So right at about 10 inches. Now without the mag, we're just going pistol grip. Again, kind of measuring to the top of this rear sight here. So just about 7.5.
Okay. So that is pretty much going to be able to fit into most safe cases and things that you may already have, which is actually quite nice. So with that being said, do you have any other thoughts, any other things to mention about the Bulgarian AK?
Again, I just think it's fantastic to get a more affordable option for an imported AK. Bulgaria is well known for their history of making firearms and the AK pattern specifically.
Especially at that price point.
You know, when you talk about the kind of like customization, you know, the AKM is by far the most common pattern of AK out there, so you're going to have the best selection.
Yeah.
You know, again, there is nothing wrong with picking up some of these kind of alternative, slightly different pattern rifles, but you know, it does limit your options a little bit more. So I think it's a home run, man. Like, you know, and to have it exclusively here to us.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. So if you guys have any thoughts, any history, any experiences with any of the Bulgarian AKs, please leave a review down below, because we would love to see your comments. And oftentimes that's where people get questions answered that we may have missed in the video. So with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. You have anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay. God bless. Stay safe. It is time to
end.
Hey, do you want to go shoot this thing?
Yes.
Let's do it.